definitely saddens me to see that I've made the car definitely getting to the stage. Like, it is absolutely horrible inside. As you guys have seen in a lot of my videos, obviously, how bad of a condition this car actually is in. So yeah, we're finally actually starting to do stuff on this car. You know, like, I've got coilovers, like brand new coilovers, which I'm hoping that's just dirt. Yep, I thought that was rust. I was actually going to get quite angry. There's even like water down there, which I believe is from this trimming here. I don't think it's sealed in properly. It doesn't look like it is. That's why I had that tarp over it. So yeah, the fun begins. For those who are new, we're obviously stripping this car completely to a bare shell and pretty much repainting it, fixing the rust spots. There's a fair few rust spots on it. Like, there's just a lot that needs to be done. I want to try and get this car lifted up a little bit higher so I can get under it. And also, like, you can just see the rust, like, right there. Like, look at that. That is insanely bad. So we're going to try and clean everything up. I'm pretty much, for those who are new, I'm pretty much going to try my best to do everything myself if I can. I know that's going to be pretty difficult, but it's a challenge, it's a learning curve, and I'm willing to do that. So it's definitely going to be quite interesting how this is going to go, and hopefully it doesn't take too long. I know it's going to take long, but I don't want it to. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting thing. Now, I haven't opened this bonnet in quite some time. There she is. She doesn't look too bad, but it could definitely use a lot of love. Definitely a lot of love. Like, this is going to be very, very tough. So basically, I know I've said this a million times, but I just want to clarify the new people that are here. This is a 1990 R31s Skyline sedan executive, Australian model, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. It's got an RB30 in it, which I would like to get an RB30 turbo, just to make things easier instead of trying to turbo this. A lot of people have said you can just turbo these because these are very, very strong engines. I know that, but I just don't know 100% yet. We are gonna just have to wait and see. If I can find an RB30 turbo that is decently cheap, then I will end up buying that. Now, you may have noticed I am on rocks, like, everywhere. The whole batch is just rocks. I know this is not the safest, it's dodgy. That's why it's in my yard. It's dodgy. It's on stands, on rocks. It's dodgy. Very, very dodgy. But it's just what I have to do. I don't have any other option, because where it is cement, just over there, is where my partner parks her car, and her car is a lot more expensive than what this is, but it is what it is. It's going to be very, very sketchy trying to take this engine out on rocks, but we'll manage it. We will. I'm very excited because, like I said, we're going to be stripping everything and going from there. So I don't know where we're going to start with. I did actually get some new tools to actually help me with a lot of stuff. There's a lot of just random, like, bolts and all that I've taken off. Taken the washer bottle out. I've taken a lot of random stuff out. I know, like, the first thing that you have to do when you're wanting to remove an engine is drain all the, like, the engine oil, the coolant and all that. So yeah, I mean, everything on this car is completely genuine. There's even still some coolant in there. Everything on this is genuine, besides obviously these leads and all that, but everything is genuine, and I'm gonna ruin that. So yeah, even the headlights, like, they start going green. That one not so much, but this one, yeah. So it's gonna be quite interesting. but we're gonna see how we go. Alright, I think first things first is try and get this quarter panel off. And look at that beautiful rust spot. God, that looks beautiful. So yeah, we're gonna try and get this off. I believe it's held in by just one little thing. I can't exactly remember what it is. It's something in there. I can't exactly remember, but all I have to do is just drill it out and it's done. It might even be on this side or something, I can't remember. But I guess we'll quickly do that and that will be done. For any hot tips, for anyone that is working on an R31 currently and is having some troubles taking your front guards off, you might not be able to see, but where it's like kind of like tacked in together, like here and also here, and there's also another one just down in there, you pretty much just get like a flat blade. So for example, like in here, you pretty much just get a flat blade and you just whack it until it comes off, kind of like that, and then you pretty much just smooth it out. I accidentally started drilling, which you shouldn't do, but I started drilling, and yeah, so pretty much the same thing with just up here. I know you guys can't really see it, but you pretty much just go in there and you just whack it. That's the last one, and pretty much this guard will pretty much come off, so we'll quickly do that for you. And just like that, it's off. Definitely not what I intended to do. Obviously you just have to file that out. It did kind of stuff it up a little bit, but yeah, you can see just there the hole's a bit messy, but you can always like fix that up and put a bolt through it so it's actually bolted in. But yeah, so now that's all done, that's all gone, headlights now gone. Probably try and rip some more of this off here, kind of work our way around with the front, and then we'll start getting into the actual engine and probably start draining all the stuff out and go from there. Another thing is with this battery, with this horn, middle of the night, just randomly it just started going off, and it was just constant, just beep. So like as soon as you like press the horn, it would like get stuck. The best way I could describe it, as you can tell, it's not the best, but it is what it is. Do have like a little bit of a dent there, so I don't know how we go about that, but so far we haven't come across anything new yet. The one thing I'm kind of concerned about is all this and how we are going to be able to fix that. Because obviously I want to make this as strong as possible and as rust free. So yeah, that's pretty bad. So I don't know how we're going to fix that or what are we going to do. But yeah, that's the biggest one so far when it comes to the rust spots. We haven't got the other side off yet, so I'm a bit scared to see what that one's like. But overall, I think all up, maybe so far on this car, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rust spots, and this one here is by far the worst. Like, you just push that in. If I got a good hammer and the screwdriver, you just better clean all that out. So yeah, I don't know how we're gonna fix that, but we'll somehow fix it and do something about that. But yeah, we'll continue. Headlight, guard. I'm really excited that we're doing this and starting. I've had this car for like 2 years now, and it's pretty much just stayed in this state. So I'm gonna rip all this off. Same thing, guard, headlight, gonna see what we can take off here. Like, I'll probably take this bit off here because you can take that off somehow. I'm not too sure, but we'll see what we can do. And then eventually we'll dive into the engine bay, drain everything, start taking the radiator off, and all that, take all that off, unplug everything, and then save up, buy an engine crane and rip it out and go from there. So slowly taking this front guard off, and there is more rust. Look at that, it goes all the way up. It more looks like the welds that they done from the factory, and then you can see that there's a little tiny hole right there. So that's lovely. Another hole there. So it's gonna be quite interesting. Hopefully when I take like the rears off, there's not as much on the rears and whatnot, because it's not what I want. So I'm going to continue taking this front off. I might try and take this front guard off and try and take as much as I can off to make taking the engine out easier, because like I said, we're on rocks and it's going to be a lot harder to take that out than anything else. Sometimes my genius just really shocks me. If you have an R31 and you're trying to take the front guards off, I feel so dumb, but hey, it's a learning curve. I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how to take these front guards off without bashing them like I've told you to do. Don't do that, because I'll quickly show you what I'm talking about. So what I've been telling you guys is to smack, like for example, right here. You can kind of see like right here is like pressed together. So it's like stuck together, which is helping it be nice and strong. But what I've been doing is whacking it to split it apart. Don't do that. Just take these two bolts out and then that comes off. Well, that's what I'm assuming, but as you can see, what it does is it holds on there, and holds on down there. But if you take that off, like those two bolts, that all will just come off. Oh my god. So I've already taken one out, but hypothetically, to take this off, all you have to do is take all these bolts off here, all these screws, and there'll be one in the door at the top, and then there'll be that one down the bottom, and just a few down the bottom, and then the two at the front. That's it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are going to leave today's video here. We got both of the fronts gone, we got the rail gone, well, the bar, whatever you guys want to call that. Headlights are gone. Very nice, spacious now. Next episode, we're going to be draining all the oils and probably removing the radiator. Hopefully we can clear, I'm hoping like this part here just vanishes, so pretty much we can just drag the engine and all that out straight out to make it just 10 times easier. Because I feel like if we have to lift it up and over this, it's going to make things a little bit harder. So with that all done, yeah, we're starting this. It's going to be a massive journey, and I'm pretty much just going to need your guys' like help, pretty much. Give me as much advice as you guys can. If you've ever had an R31, where do you get your parts from? Where do you get your aftermarket parts from? All the good stuff. just make things easier, because in Australia it is goddamn hard to find parts for these cars, and people just ask stupid amounts for these cars and parts for them. So if you know anywhere, let me know. Even like a turbo kit, more than happy to buy a turbo kit for this engine and get it properly done. But it's just one of those things, you know, it's a massive learning curve. It is my very first car that I've ever done, well, that I will be doing. So to have something like this is definitely a privilege, and I'm beyond grateful to actually have it, and to even be able to start building the car and all that, and mainly just stripping it, getting it ready, pretty much saving its life. If you don't know the story behind the car, I'll leave a link down below so you can watch the story behind the Skyline, and how I got it, how much I brought it for, all the details about it. But yeah, I'm keen for this, and hope you guys are too, because it's going to get full on. It is going to get full on, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm keen as, and yeah, I'm still blown away that I even own a Skyline. It may not be a GDR or whatever, but when do you see one of these rolling around in Australia? You let me know. Exactly. You never. I think I've seen one person in my entire life, and it was quickly just rolling past me. But literally, this is the only one that's in where I live. Where I live, it's a little bit small. It's more of a tourist area, but there are some nice cars around here, and no one has an R31, so yeah, it's pretty cool. Even telling people that I own one, it blows them away that I have one just sitting here. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one.